Hey everybody, welcome to Plus One News. We are talking about the new way of living. I have my co-host with me today, Brenda Young, and she has a friend to introduce you to who's going to let you in on how you can let go of some of how the old paradigm has been holding you back in terms of housing.
Okay, so with me I have Craig. Craig, how do you pronounce your last name?
Peterson?
Peterson. Okay.
S-O-N.
Okay, we're going to give you a link to Craig's info before we go. Now, I was recently at a Greene film series at Iris Griffith Center, and Craig did a special feature on tiny homes. Now, for those of you who are looking for alternatives to the big box home where you actually need to have a house sitter to look after the home when you're away, come on, homes were built to sustain us. There's so many great alternatives, and Craig's here today to talk to you a little bit about tiny homes and how you can lessen your footprint, save money, and actually love where you live. So Craig, tell us a little bit about tiny homes.
Well, I've been building houses for about 40 years, and I've built a lot of traditional houses and done renovations, and you always have a lot of waste left over from a house. And the house itself is a big consumer of energy. And kind of tied into the grid, you're sort of locked into all these monthly bills, high overhead, big mortgage, all these costs that make you a debt slave basically. So when I first saw the idea of the tiny homes about 6-8 months ago, I went to a few workshops down in Portland and saw just exactly how they were putting them together, the mindset behind that, and it's very eco-involved. And now that I've built a tiny house, I'm to the stage now where it's to lock up, and hopefully in the next month or two I'll be having a finish done on it. It's amazing the concept and how the living space is, the little bit of waste. I've had maybe 2 wheelbarrows of waste come off this tiny house. I've recycled most of it. Some of the wood short ends I just put on the campfire. So the impact is very, very low impact, low carbon footprint. It's liberating to feel that you create a space to live in with such a low impact. It's just very liberating.
So Craig, on the saving money, how much does it cost to build a home? How much time does it really take? What materials are needed? How does a person get started?
Well, I think, the start point is educating yourself a little bit. I recommend taking a workshop because it's important with a small space like this to keep everything dry. Like the materials are kiln dry. So you want to start with a plan and understand that building this is not exactly a weekend project. Like in the house, in the film Tiny, he planned on 3 months, it took him a year. Because he didn't have a lot of building experience, he had some. So you need help, you need to recruit friends. So a workshop will help you, network with other people interested in tiny homes.
Awesome. And can we put a link to that movie? How does someone access that movie? Because it's got loaded with great information.
Yes, it was on Sustainable magazine. The movie was Tiny.
Yeah. So.
And my website is carpentercraig.ca, and I do have some pictures and a PowerPoint on that, a website.
Okay, well, I want to thank you both for joining us today on Plus One News. And what I'd like to say is I got 2 things from that. And that is that you don't want to be a debt slave, and that you're going to need community in order to do anything, and that includes build a tiny home. So thank you very much for being with us, and we will see you again.